You want to be unstoppable, unbeatable, like G2. Well, I'm telling you right now, it's never going to happen. They're just too good. Like, look at those stats. They haven't lost a single game. They're 10-0 right now. That's just insane. It's insanity. But I can give you guys some tips and tricks so you guys can be as good as me, or better, because I'm trash. So yeah, let's go. Alright, step number 1. You want to analyze your gameplay. And this sounds really complicated, but it's pretty darn easy. After every game, you just want to look at the scoreboard and check out your KD. For example, if you're going 2-8, then that means you've encountered an enemy at least 10 times. You're like, well, duh, 2 plus 8 is 10. It's like, well, yeah. But you could have had 8 more chances to kill someone, meaning you could have gone 10-0 that game. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about this for a little bit, and if you're one of the guys that's going, let's say, 2-4, with low kills and low deaths, well, just skip ahead and I'll get to that later in the video. Alright, so if you're going 2-8, then that means you're positioning yourself in the right spot, because you're encountering an enemy 10 times, but you're just losing out in the gunfight. And something you might be doing wrong is being too aggressive. Now, when you see an opponent, there's 3 things you can do. You can, 1, challenge them and try and get a kill, or risk dying. 2, flank them from a different angle or from behind. And 3, fall back to objective and just chill out there and wait for them to push you. Alright, now if you notice someone who is holding a tight pixel peek angle, which is a tight angle in general, you do not want to peek them. It's going to be the last thing you want to do, because they are going to be able to land the shot before you can. So you want to either fall back to objective and make them get off their angle and push you, or you want to flank them from behind from an angle they're not watching. Mistake number 2. Now, you could just be rushing the entire time and not droning any room, and that's a huge factor as to why you're not doing well. And honestly, if you're just trying to have fun in the game, go for it, man. It's a great way to have fun. But if you're playing to win, which you probably are if you're watching this video, then you want to drone every single room you go into to see if someone's there. And I know it'll get annoying, but it will help you 100% of the time, I promise you. Alright, mistake number 3. Being too predictable. Now, a lot of high-level players like Plats and Diamonds, and I'd say most of the Gold 1s, I guess, they are so predictable, and if they peek you from one spot, they will rotate and peek you from another spot. And it's just predictable when they're going to unshield their shield if they're Montang, when they're going to shoot you, when they're playing passively, where they're going to be, because you know, that it just makes sense that you'd be there, right? But you want to play a little unpredictable. If you've ever played against low ranks, like coppers, or silvers, or bronze, they are so unpredictable. They'll just lie down in the middle of a room and just go in the dumbest angles. And this could be because they have no map knowledge, they just don't know how to play the game. But it works, because then you're not expecting it, and then you get really annoyed, like, why are they sitting there? You need to become unpredictable. And that is how you will throw your enemies off, being in spots that they wouldn't think that you'd be in, and then you just shred them. Alright, tip number 4, 5, about 4, what number is it? What number are we on? You know what? I don't even know. Let's just go. Okay, tip number whatever. Be confident, because if you're not confident in your abilities, then you're not gonna be able to get a lot of kills. And my God, I stuttered there. But anyways, if you're not confident in your abilities, you're not gonna be able to get a lot of kills, and then that's gonna lower your confidence even more. So if you have some confidence, then it'll like boost your skill a little bit, and you know, it'll just help you overall. And this makes no sense. So let me go to an example. If you're in a 1v5 situation, confidence is what you're gonna need to win. The ability to be confident in knowing that, yeah, I can do this, I can do this, I can win this 1v5. But it's a fine line between being confident and cocky. Because if you're confident, it's what's gonna get you that clutch. If you're cocky, it's what's gonna think that you can just easily win this, and then you're gonna get shredded by running into a room without droning or some shit like that, you know? You have to drone. I said that before. And you have to be confident. If you're too cocky, you're gonna lose every single time. So walk that fine line. Become confident, not cocky. And I've been talking about this for way too long. I've said these words for too long, so let's move on to the next one. Situational awareness. Because if you're not aware of your surroundings, you're gonna end up like those 2 guys I just spawn peeked, okay? They're dead. Like 10 seconds into the round, they're dead. Also, if you're in a spawn peeking, never spawn peek the same place twice. They're gonna expect it, just don't do it. Anyway, situational awareness. If you're running around the map, not knowing where your teammates are, where the opponents were last, where the site is, where you are, you know, you're gonna die to a Caveira that's going to interrogate you, and your entire team's going to die and lose your ass because of that. Not solely because of that, but you know what I mean, for the most part. Now, you need to be walking around with a teammate, and if you're not walking around with a teammate, you need to have droned the room. You need to know where you are, where you last saw someone, if the room is clear, if you have no idea if it's clear, where you think people might be. Because like I said earlier, people can be predictable. Where do you think they would sit? You know, you need to be aware of all of these things, where your teammates are. If you die or get downed, is someone close enough to pick you up or trade you back? You know, what's going to happen? These need to be the thoughts in your head. And I lost my train of thought. Oh my god, hold up. I'll remember it. Situational awareness. Yeah, right, okay. You be aware of your surroundings. If you're not aware of your surroundings, you're just gonna die. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Not knowing who you're gonna go in a fight up against. Like, for example, if there's a Blackbeard on a window, right, and you hear his SR25, his DMR, or his MK17, and you have no idea who it is, you need to be able to recognize those gun sounds, because if you hear Blackbeard outside the window, you know not to peek him, because he is going to win that fight 9 times out of 10, because he has a shield in his face, and Ubisoft decided that's a good idea for an operator. So you need to know not to peek him. For example, if you are on cams, right, and you see somebody, and you're not quite sure who it is, so you go up against them, and you get absolutely smacked because they have 2 primaries, then you need to know who that is, and if you have enough ammo to be able to kill them. Like, for example, if you're going up against Sledge, then he's got a primary with 31 bullets and a secondary, the SMG-11, which will shred through you with 17 bullets. Now, do you have enough ammo, or are you confident enough to hit your shots to be able to win that gunfight? Next piece of helpful advice, positioning, okay? Now, we're going to talk about 2 types of positioning, your stance in a gunfight and your positioning just around the map. Okay, stance in a gunfight. Now, a lot of people that play with me have heard me say this. Do not shoot somebody or take an engagement when you're crouching, okay? Because then you're just a little ball of human, and it's so easy to shoot you because you're the tiniest little target ever, okay? If you are standing, you're like thinner and you're taller, and it's harder to get headshotted. Whereas if you're in a little ball, and you just, like, look at that yank. Look at how easy that was for me to kill it. Like, it's an easy shot, okay? That's what's gonna happen if you're crouching. Like, look at the guy from green. He's crouching. The easiest shot ever. If he was standing, I probably wouldn't have been able to hit that shot. And now, probably just as important, if not more important, positioning yourself in the right spot around the map. Because if you're not in the right spot around the map to take an engagement, you're not even gonna have to worry about crouching during a gunfight, okay? You need to position yourself not on the other side of the map from where the objective is and where the enemies are going to be. You need to position yourself in a route where you think the enemies are going to go. For example, this is a terrible example, but look at this Legion clip. Alright? I'm positioning myself in a spot where I can see where the enemies are going to go. I know they're going to go there. And, you know, okay, this is a bad example. I'm just going to carry on with a new one. You need to position yourself in a good spot to get some kills. Okay? You need to position yourself where you know the attackers or defenders are going to go. If they're going to go in this route to attack the objective, you need to be somewhere in that route to be able to intercept them and get a few kills. Okay, because if you're on the other side of the map, you're not doing anyone favors. Not your team favors, not your favors. You're going to be bored. So just, you know, be close to where the enemies are going to be. Oh yes, and also positioning is what I was talking about before, where if you have low kills and low deaths, let's say you're going 1 and 2, then you probably have poor positioning. You're not putting yourself in the right spot to kill the attackers or the defenders. Position yourself wisely, my friends. Now, that's going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and, oh, that was bad. Click the subscribe button that's right there, and then click the video button that's right there, and then click the other video button that's on the other side right there, and then you guys will have some entertaining videos to watch. So yeah, and if you guys want to know how to get better aim, that's going to be my next video, solely dedicated on aim, because this was getting more, you know, it's confusing, whatever, just click something.